Let the show begin. Now, we're gonna call this a rolling live stream. Now, there's people that have got the invite. They're more than welcome to come in. Now, it doesn't really matter right at this point. Whether you believe it or not, I'm beginning to think. Actually, I was, I had my suspicions a long time ago that it didn't matter, but I didn't voice them. Now, these riots are a distraction to the real problem, to what's going on. See, you just gotta, I mean, if once you sit back and watch with a look, when you allow trash candidates in, come on, something's wrong here. I'm beginning to think that there's a lot more going on than what we think. And let me break this to you. It's lost. Which is funny, you know. Now, to the people who didn't sign up for the military, again, who didn't re-up, good on you, because now you're in a better position. Let me tell you something about these vaccines here. They're gonna try to blackmail you. They're gonna try to blackmail you. But first, let's get a history lesson. War is a funny way of doing things, you know. World War II. We had people, actually World War One. We had a whole bunch of people gung ho to go to battle. Gung ho, which means motivated, highly motivated. World War II. Most of the people in World War One that weren't wiped out, they were motivated to go to battle as well, because it was for the greater good of humanity. Which, it's okay. It's all well and good for the good of humanity. But here we have the Vietnam War. The Vietnam War was a test of compliance. Hold on. Actually, it was a test of likely compliance. You know? How was it a test of likely compliance? Vietnam and the Korean War. Well, let's see. It was a test to see how many citizens were willing and able to go over there. Just in hopes of the betterment of humanity, betterment of the world. and basically to take what's left of the fighting class. So should I say what's left of the fighting class out? And then we fast forward to Grenada, Beirut, Lebanon, um, Afghanistan. I mean, the first Desert Storm, second Desert Storm, Iraqi freedom, the war in Afghanistan, and a few other wars that are soon to come to really wipe out the rest of the fighters. Also known as the Syria insurrection, the test to wipe out any remaining resistance. Pretty much to wipe out any remaining resistance. That's the theory I have about current society. That is a pretty bold theory, wouldn't you say? I would love to be crazy. I hope I'm crazy, but the way I've seen this and the way how far I've looked back in history, it's impressive. It's very impressive. You know that they actually took their time. They took it took almost 100 years. Who has 100 years to wait? Who has 100 years? My second question is, who is the offspring that's listening? Wow. Well, what's happening? Of course, still, what is happening is it's a live stream. It's about what's going on and how, in my theories on how we got to this point. That's what's going on. That's what's happening. I'm expressing my theories, like all the way all the way from World War I. You know, hell, it might even go back to the Napoleonic Wars. See what it is like what happened was they had to get nations into a war, every nations to make it a world war. The reason that being is in order to get your point across, in order to get control, you have to gain control or access to all the countries. The communists didn't die. They just changed parties. The fascists didn't die. They weren't defeated. Yeah, let's theorize. The fascists didn't die. Oh, it's great. It's great. Hey, you know what? You're actually the person I really need on. Actually, I'm gonna put a link in the description. I'm gonna put it in some in the description because I have a theory. I have a few theories. You know, I have a few theories that are that seem kind of harebrained and seem kind of crazy. You know, and I just need to get it off my chest. So in order to get control over the whole world and get the whole world onto play, you would have to have a world war, right? Well, we've already had two. Well, if you have World War One, that's just basically to take out a couple generations of fighters, right? The ones who would rebel. Okay, so you got through World War Two. You have some of your fighters left over. Good on you. Good on you. That's real nice. That's real nice. Yeah. Hey, Monk Farmer, welcome. But I'm just theorizing some things, from from a standpoint where I see, Oh hell, what the hell? But you take out some of your take out the fighters, right? Take out the people that are going to rebel. You know what I mean? You take out those people, or at least some of them. So it took two world wars and a multitude of conflicts. Pure genius. Okay, World War II. You're not a World War II buff. That's understandable. World War II was against a series of was called the series of countries where the Axis powers. Welcome.
There we go. Maybe this works.
Yeah, yeah. The series of countries. I'm trying to get Corey still up to World War II. Was a series of countries. There was the Axis and the Allies. Now, the Axis was Germany, Italy. Well, the major players was Germany, Italy for the first part of World War II, Japan, Austria, and Hungary, and a few others. The Allies were the Americans, British, French, and Italy for the second part of the World War, and a few others.
Well, I would say
Now,
Italy was more Axis powers until they fell apart.
right, until they fell apart.
Yeah.
But
Mussolini, if that was World War II, was in power most of the way.
he was more along the lines of communist slash fascism, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Russia kind of played both sides of the field. After the Battle of Stalin, was it Stalingrad? The siege of Stalingrad. They realized that Germany might not be as friendly as we thought they were, and they flopped over to the Allies.
Well, Stalingrad was a deception to keep the Russians were able to keep Germany from going after Moscow.
Hey,
You
they
know,
took the
they
oil.
were actually
Hmm?
they baited the Germans to get basically stay in Stalingrad, and then the only thing that the Russians didn't defeat the Germans, the Russian winter defeated the Germans. Extended
Right.
supply lines and the logistics of it is what defeated the Germans.
Yep. Had they gone for the oil fields, it'll be a whole nother different story.
Yep, this is true.
Had they
Rommel
gone
tried
for
taking North Africa, but that
right,
stretched him thin too in North Africa.
that's all they had to take. That's all they had to do was just sit back, recover for a couple of years, change the hearts and minds of the people, and yeah, they might have actually we they might have actually taken World War II if they would have sat back and waited. The ambitions of some people that when they get greedy. But the funny thing is like I think I think World War One and World War II was to wipe out some of the generations of people who would sit there and rebel against this crap, you know? Rebel against COVID, this whole COVID idea, who rebel against this whole insanity, you know? this is coming from a black man. That's the funny thing about it.
COVID is genocide. That's for sure.
Hmm. They would have rebelled. Like I said, they would have rebelled, and they didn't get everybody, because generations of people that would have fought back, that are intelligent, that aren't sleep, that aren't stupid, that aren't sheep, they survived even to this day. My grandfather fought in World War II. Now I didn't think that something was up until later on, until I began to ask myself some questions on the 34. See, the good thing about being a trucker is you got plenty of time to think.
Nah, sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes that's a bad thing.
Right. But it's like, the way I see it is like, all these world wars, all these major wars were nothing more than to wipe out some of the people. Because after World War II, you have I do believe, either the Korean or the Vietnam War, right? I
Korean,
think it's the
then
Korean.
Vietnam. Yep.
The Korean, then the Vietnam. The Korean War was a test to see how effective their methods were. You know, they were fought to a stalemate. They were fought to a stalemate. Now the Vietnam War was where everything was put into play. It's nothing more than a conflict to see where we lay, to see how many fighters we have left, how many generational fighters we have left. The funny thing about certain families is, certain families are taught to fight to their last breath. If you take those families out of the picture, you take the fathers, you take the grandfathers out of the picture, to where they don't have that they don't have that generational fighting spirit anymore. Look at the Vietnam War. Peace, love, drugs, and STDs spread around for everybody.
Yay! Hooray!
Yay! Yeah, peace, love, and STDs. Yep. China came into it. The Korean War, they came into a lot of wars. But look at Vietnam. Peace, love, and STDs. Now, with China, we handle it different, but I'll get to that a little bit later. Peace, love, drugs, and STDs. Now, that's the reason, because generations, especially after feminism, Eddie MGTOW, especially after feminism, we were denied a fighting spirit. Many of our families were discarded on the fighting spirit, because we had no warriors, we had no warrior families left to teach the next generation of warriors. That means that everything that has been done up to this point has worked. Fast forward to Grenada, lose a few more people. First Desert Storm, we completely wipe out the freaking Saddam's tanks. Then the second war in Iraq, which basically leads us literally chasing around, running around with our heads like ostriches, like chickens with our heads cut off. Yeah, summer of love. Yeah, the summer of love. Peace, love, drugs, and STDs.
Well, we got to look at the goals. I mean, what was the goal in Korea?
The goal is to remove
what was it?
fighting generations. Remove the people that would instill a fight, that were capable to instill a fighting spirit within a family.
Well, what's the
What?
strategic location of the Korean Peninsula?
Oh, I think it's the 48th parallel.
Well, just in general, you got North and South Korea, and if you
Well,
know China is a big
China is like
potential
literally
power,
right next to Korea, right next to North
you
Korea,
know.
right next to it. Now,
Now, after World War II, you've got China and Japan on two sides of Korea, and we were just having defeated Japan. You had a bunch of trained soldiers with nothing to do because soldiers are sold to die. That was a nice
right.
little wording. Soldiers are sold
Oh
to
yeah,
die.
to
But
die.
they Korean Peninsula. Now you've got military bases in South Korea. You're right there on China and you're right there on Japan. It was a strategic location. It didn't matter if they won. They just needed the strategic
Strategic
location.
location.
Vietnam's kind of the same way. I mean,
When
there's no reason to be in Vietnam other than the French pulled out. Why did the French go there in the first place? It's
right,
conquest and resources.
right,
We went into Iraq the first time for oil, and Saddam, invaded Kuwait, which was dumb as shit. But then we controlled the Middle East oil, and then there was the second Iraq was because juniors went back after Saddam because Saddam put a hit on Dad, and they put in more strategic oil reserve control. Now, we also went into Afghanistan. Now, it's kind of pointless to go into Afghanistan other than the poppy trade and the earth metals. They can't use metal detectors very well in Afghanistan because the ground is just so full of metals. And their
right.
earth metals, which are, battery components and such.
Lithium, which is a
Yeah.
component of lithium ion, which is used to power most of the equipment or most of the crap that is used in the world.
Yeah, I mean, there's a
Now,
lot of strategic and then there's a lot of resource based conflicts. I mean, come on, if we're going to worry about the drug war, everything that came from the drug war was an increase in drugs. So it's
look
the dialect about the opposite.
look how many people we have resisting the COVID-19 BS.
Oh, well, what about December in Virginia? They had a Second Amendment rally where
Oh yeah,
120,000 plus people showed all packing guns. Not a single store window was damaged, not a single
right,
person was hurt.
right, and that's the funny thing about it is they were. It
They're all
wasn't.
controlled.
How many of them were willing to lay down their were willing to fight for that? How many of them?
Well, if they started shooting, probably most of them.
Probably most of
You
them.
get,
Just enough. Just enough. Just enough.
you know,
Now, let me
well,
break this to you.
that's 3% of 100,000 people is still 3,000 people well
That's
armed
good
and
enough.
moderately trained to do some
Right.
damage.
Right. Now, there's a saying from any fighter that you never know what you're good. Like I said, the planning is all well and good until the first hit gets thrown. Till you leg
Yeah,
until
once you get
you
plan goes out the
it's out
window.
of the picture. Once bullets, and it's the same way for the military. Once bullets are flying, you can either do one of many things. You're either gonna fight back, cry, piss and shit your pants, or all of the above.
How about all
Not
of the above?
necessarily in that order. Yeah, like I said, to be honest with you, I've never been in a combat situation. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be this badass motherfucker. Hell, I might cry, I might piss my pants, I might shit, and I might fight back. And it is like might necessarily might not be in that order. And you know what? If I do piss or crap my pants, I'm not gonna fucking lie about it. I'm just gonna be honest. Look here. I've cried behind this rock like a little bitch. I will literally say that. I ain't got no shame.
I actually had that conversation with some vets in a bar out in South Dakota I was sitting at one night. And I said, I ain't a fighter or a shooter, but I'll carry somebody else's shit. And the guy goes, need people to, he said with 60 guys, they could take the town. They just need the jail. And they need someone to guard the jail so people have a place to sleep.
Yep.
And I was like, there's like for every one trigger man, you need like 8 to 10 logistical support. And that's kind of the part about the 3% in the revolution and stuff like that they didn't talk about is for every 3%er, you need like 10 more to support him.
Right.
And then it's kind of a behind the scenes deal where, those guys still needed food and they still had a war to fight. They had support. So the concept of everyone fighting isn't always true. It's, what if I'm the guy that's bringing them more bullets or making sure they got food when they get back? That's kind of an overlooked deal because our military is like huge logistical stuff.
Right. You're the cook. You're the artillery. You're the motorman. You're the arty, or you're the fister. You're the cook. You're the freaking supply. You're the freaking forward observer. You're this, that, the other. You're the aviator. You're the maintenance technician for the aircraft, the air support, for aviation support. You're the drone operator.
Well, but that would be a typical conflict with a normal military. What you're discussing is more civilian guerrilla tactics based off of unconventional warfare, which is a completely different ballgame.
You need people to dig holes for spike traps, for punji sticks.
Yep.
You need people who are capable of snaking in and stealing shit.
That don't even have to carry a weapon to do that.
Right. You don't even have to carry a weapon to do that. Get you a backpack, put it outside the place, carry it in, just throw some over the gate and walk out. Put it in your backpack and walk off.
Well, that's what most of the last convention or anybody in the last 20 years that has gone up against the American military or any basic military, they have you do not fight the force. They've all gone to IEDs, roadside bombs, guerrilla tactics,
punching sticks, goddamn spike traps, goddamn sports, and you name it. You name it. They have gone to every other tactic. They're not gonna fight conventional warfare. They know not to fight conventional warfare. They're not gonna win.
The Afghanis realized real quickly, you don't beat the Americans, you wait them out.
Right. You wait them out. And that's what's still going on today. They are waiting us out. We're spending thousands upon thousands of dollars while they're literally spending $20. 20 fucking bucks. Their budget doesn't even exceed $20 on some of these goddamn tools, on their shit. And and you know the funny thing about it is, some of the shit that they use, we supply them. Either inadvertently, mostly inadvertently, or they find it on the ground, or they find it in the stores, or they find it in the farmer's shed. They find it in the farmer's chemical shed. The thing is, most of their things are found or literally used items that pretty much. Oh, I got more guests. But pretty much all the things that they have found, I have seen things ranging from goddamn bandsaw blades and 2x4s to inner tubes and speaker wire. Think about
Armchair. What up?
What's up, man?
Yo, but I think it's like American citizens are better off going to a another country and being conscripted as a foreign legionary just so that they can get
Where?
carry a weapon. Same
Where?
with like the UK. Like you guys should like people should
You don't
be
want to be
going.
in the. You do not want to be in the UK. Here's
Exactly.
the list
Nope.
of
Because like, dude, they like ban kitchen knives in that bitch too. So it's like
yeah.
you're better off fucking getting your passport, going to another country, and becoming a mercenary for them, just so you can actually learn how to protect yourself. Because otherwise,
Let me break
sitting
this
in
to
America,
you.
you're going to be a sitting duck.
Here's some countries you do not want to go to: Canada, UK, Australia, and a few others. And I know U.S. is on one of them. You want to try to get your ass out of there, out of these areas. I'm stuck. Yeah, you have a chance. My best bet for you is to try to apply for a passport, and when the shit really hits the fan,
I got my passport.
you got your passport. That's good.
I got
Get
my
ready to
shit. I've been at my shit.
get ready to pack up. Get ready to pack up and get the hell out.
I'm ready to ditch all of my shit and go. All I need is my silver and some weapons, or like some handheld weapons.
Find some. You can look here. Depending on where you go, you can get handheld weapons anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, come on.
Don't even need to carry it.
There's a lot of these countries, they allow citizens to carry. A lot of these lower level countries allow citizens to carry, especially if they ain't got nothing to do with the U.S.
Yeah, but you don't need
or the
to.
UN. Like, come on. They allow citizens to carry. Like, freaking, you can go to the Philippines and get a 1911. I mean, yeah, it's a bootleg 1911, but if you can get it from from a trusted bootlegger, you can get yourself a 1911. You get yourself an M4, M16, M1 Garand, Thompson submachine gun, Browning automatic rifle, and many others. You can get yourself a machine and pistol 47.
That's why I'm glad though, because you know you have people who are a part of the government. They're assets to the establishment. So like even if you do run away, you're gonna have like a whole entire black budget of trained bounty hunters that are gonna come after you and try to either cut you off so that you can't be an asset to another country, or they're gonna try to bring you back and try to get you to get you back on the plantation so that you can start working again and fucking serve the American people. Again.
How do you fight? You ever been in a fight, Yam?
No, I did used to get in a fight when I was in Taekwondo, and then my parents took me out and they said
outside of martial arts. Have you ever been in a schoolyard fight?
Yeah.
How do you fight? Do you try to fight clean?
No, I never fight clean.
You never fight clean. That's good. That's a good mindset to
have. I go for eyes, groin, nose, mouth.
That's
neck.
good. That's a good concept. But guess what? You literally, like I said, at this point, when they send their little mercenaries after you, you literally gotta make them put the fear of God in them. You've literally got to make sure that they know not to fuck with you. You gotta basically make them respect you. Punji sticks. If you can lure them into an area, if you can lure them, it's just basically punji sticks are not meant to kill. They're meant to cause sepsis. They are meant to cause sepsis. I don't fight clean. I don't fight clean when I'm in a fist fight. And the only reason I'm fighting clean is because Geneva Convention, and once my contract's up, the Geneva Convention can kiss my ass. I'm using punji sticks and whatever I can get. And you know what? I'm causing damage. I'm causing inhumane damage. Because that's the only way they fear you. That's the only way they back off. It's a waiting game.
Exactly. I mean, like, think about it. Like, all the people that are in the military who are super clean, they end up getting out, and then they got like this false sense of ego and whatever, and then like you got people like Colonel Russell Wilson
Look at me.
Williams, the guy who was like the spree killer, rapist and stuff. So it's like, yeah, I had never been like super clean cut and stuff like that. I think that's like a false image.
If you ever met me and seen how I carry myself, you would never guess that I was ever in the military. You would never guess, because I know that if to have as least strife and conflict as possible, I have to blend in with the civilian populace.
Right.
I have to blend in with the civilian populace because I can't afford somebody just having an ego. One, because I'm MGTOW. That's one of the reasons, because I'm MGTOW.
Right.
Because having an ego is something that can be used against you. It can be used against you, whether you believe it or not. And I've seen so many people on active duty pretty much get their little willies vacuum sucked through a vacuum cleaner with a heartbeat. And
what do you mean, divorce rate?
Oh yeah, I've seen that too.
These dumb motherfuckers get married, barracks, and then they get fucked up by getting divorced.
Yep. Hell, the one of the things that I've seen. Oh shit! I could literally go. I've seen people get married, and in school, and the sergeant literally told them to get it annulled. Because the school's like maybe 6 months long. Sergeant told them to get it annulled. They got it annulled. I've seen people who wanted to get married to get out of the barracks, and one of them gets out the military and the other one doesn't. Guess what? You're still married. You're still making more than old chicky chick.
Chicky poo.
Yeah, chicky poo. And she can still jack your life up.
Yeah, dude. Now you know who's gay and married. And the world's getting crazy. And then so we got a guy. He's like simple-minded. He's like Forrest Gump. He's like a simple-minded guy from New Zealand that's like a Christian or whatever. Yeah, a lot of background noise from him. But anyway, so we got and then so this dude, this girl dumps him. He goes and tells the head shrinkers, "Yo, I'm depressed." They put him on a profile where he can't handle a weapon for it was like a month. Dude's an idiot.
Right. And it's like, I've seen, you know what a Dear John letter is?
Of course. That's where your girl back home sends you a letter and is like, I'm fucking Jerry. Goodbye, John. Basically.
Yep.
She's on Chad.
I've seen a Dear John text.
That's even more impersonal. That's just like
Dear John Snap.
Mm-hmm. A Dear John text. The only thing worse than a Dear John text is the Dear John Snapchat.
Well, you probably see that less now that you're reserved, right?
Oh, I'm still observing this shit. This is my entertainment. Like, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I signed up was because these dumb motherfuckers getting these girlfriends, and you know what? They get these chicks. Some of these people are so sick in the head that they will literally propose to somebody when they're overseas.
It's kind of like adventurous. I mean, like if you come from a single mother, you don't have any home experience, so you just want the title, and that way the military takes you on the Odyssey, while meanwhile back at the halls of justice, your girl's taking Chad and Tyrone dick.
Yep.
And you're being traumatized. Your body's being destroyed.
Yep.
You're seeing the world for what it really is, and then you come back and your girl's nowhere to be found.
Like I said, to the military people who watch this video, I'm gonna tell you this much: your high school to the young military, your high school sweetheart is screwing your best friend. I'm just gonna let you know that now. She's screwing your best friend. Just walk away from her. It's what it is. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not really sorry to break the news to you. I think you'd rather have me break it to you than have it in face to face. But your high school sweetheart, the one that you love so much, who you're just waiting to turn 18 so that you can marry her. She's found your best
these
friend.
motherfuckers so dumb. They could be in National Guard reserves while they're at basic, while they're at AIT.
Yep.
The girl so
she's swallowing his guava reserve.
She's taking a mile of sausage. A mile of sausage a minute.
I was really gonna do guard and I ended up doing active, and I regret this shit now. I want out of here. And we're fighting for these fucking the elites and shit like that. I'm going out of this.
Let me break this to you.
That's why I fucked the wisdom with
whether you believe it or not, whether you believe it or not, I still have hope that the citizens will wake the fuck up.
I don't.
I mean,
that stuff is past. They are dumb as fuck. They're watching American Idol. They're watching The Voice. They're watching football. They're watching other dumb shit while Donald Trump gets led his speech. And they're just dumb as fuck. They believe in coronavirus. They believe in feminism. They believe in fucking women getting their shit took and divorced. So no, they're not waking the fuck up. We're gonna be.
You know what I see. You know what I see potential. I see potential in people like MAGA Man. I see potential in people like MGTOW and Monk Farmer. You know, I see that you've got two aspects of people, but if they can come together, and put their minds together without argument, without strife, they can figure that shit out.
Shut up.
You know? If they can literally think and literally sit there and analyze this stuff, you've got two different mindsets, two different thought processes.
I'll take it.
You've got two different thought processes. But if you can combine those two thought processes, you can potentially wake people. You can potentially have the charisma to wake people up. If you have the charisma, you can wake people up a lot. Me, I can't see me having the charisma. I don't have the charisma. You know? Like look at my subscriber count. It fluctuates. I say things that are honest, but they piss people off.
Yeah, but I prefer the bitter truth than a sweet lie, man. I like all crap. I'm not a little bitch, man, little feminist that can't handle the truth. I think the real MGTOWs and real truth seekers and real guys that wake up to the evils of the world or the evils of government, evil these corporations do what they doing. We don't need to be.
Yeah, my mindset, if you're gonna fuck me, you're gonna let me know. You know? If you're gonna fuck me over, you're gonna let me know that you're fucking me over. So that at least I can lube up. You know?
Take you to dinner first, you know?
The real thing is
I'm a pretty cheap date. I'm a pretty cheap date. Wild turkey and a burger, I'm good.
The thing is, like, I think fear has kind of replaced.
Well, I take a whole a
lot of things
first, so that burger is almost you gotta be almost willing to fuck at the immediate get to actual food. You know,
right? So. You're gonna screw me, like take me on a date. Like I said, a burger and a bottle of wild turkey. Wild turkey costs like $20-something, right? A burger costs how much?
$10 at most places.
$10.
Right, so that's $30. That's a cheap date.
Then I can slap a Jimmy on and do what I want.
Right. Shit. You might have me for a whole damn weekend. You know?
If you were a girl, you'd be one of them great cheap dates. You know what I'm saying? Like, I took one girl, just met her for fucking tea, and I didn't buy shit because I'm not investing anything without you going to give me some coochie first. So, what the fuck am I going to pay?
But the thing is like,
hey, I'm honest. So, you know,
if you're honest with me, and basically when you gain my respect, you gain my loyalty. You know.
Think about it now. Fear and lying is an aphrodisiac to women. Like they see a guy who stares like creepily into their eyes and tells them that they love them is security to them, when really it's the honeymoon phase, and she's just waiting for him to completely switch on a dime, and become abusive to her so that she can have some drama to talk about, so it's always fun and exciting.
Yeah, my mom did that for years with my father, where he fucking grabbed her, slapped her around, or
right.
and they fight each other. They fight. She little flails on him. He fights with her. Yeah. It's an entertainment. Women. She finally got sick of it in her fucking 60s, but she got married when she's 18. So for 40 fucking years, my dad. I turned routine. Yeah, I turned routine with the Negro. So it's like of course she liked the drama, and she liked tries to lie to me. She enjoyed it.
She did.
In total fucking way. Just like women like being choked during sex. They enjoy the turmoil and the drama and the abuse. It turns them on. Women love being slapped around.
That's the thing, is like that's why I'm single. I was raised never to hit a woman. Raised never to hit a woman. And for that being said, I know this. I'm not going to be something I'm not. I was told, don't be something that you're not. Be something.
It's also self-interest in the current until we are in anarchy completely. Like in this crazy legal system, you hit a woman, you could spend 5 years in jail if you're under the right fucking district attorney. So district attorney, you're fucked, man. So you never know which woman is a what's it called, sadomasochist, a masochist woman that likes pain, but you don't know which woman is going to be down with that. Which woman is going to snitch the first time you just slap her?
If they don't tell you, they'll never tell you. They will never tell you. I mean,
most women have rape fantasies.
Never tell you.
Most women. There's most female generals in the army, most fucking female CEOs. These women are powerful, and they're little contrived. These little punk ass Jews and Jesuits put these women in a position of power, usurping what women are supposed to be. Women are not supposed to be in a position of power like that. Even Islam gets that right. Fucking old school Christianity gets that right. Ancient Egypt gets that right. But this modern day of putting these little European punks put these women in a position of power, and
welcome to Babylon.
And they get fucking their mind gets scrambled. Then secretly at night they go and get with Tyrone or Chad, and they want to be dominated in the bedroom.
How did Rome collapse?
Women and homosexuals taking over.
How did Egypt collapse?
The Greeks invaded homosexuals. Alexander the Greek invaded and destroyed it.
Cleopatra,
that was later. Yeah, Cleopatra was 2 generations after Alexander the Greek,
and
she was a Greek who fucking got with fucking the Caesar and shit like that, and killed herself with a snake. So yeah.
How did Babylon collapse?
I forget how Babylon collapsed.
Sodom and Gomorrah was burned. Pompeii was swept under the lava.
Either natural disasters or homosexuals are pretty much responsible for.
No. What I'm saying is there's differences between.
It's true.
There's differences between Pompeii, Greek, Rome,
Pompeii and Pompadour.
Pompeii was a natural disaster. Pompeii may in all cases may have been an outstanding city, with outstanding people. Because you see people who are literally frozen in time next to their significant other.
Yeah, a film came out about it about 5 years ago. A film came out about it.
But and it's like Pompeii may have been a shining example of what humanity's supposed to be. But It was just a natural disaster. It was just a tragedy.
Early today?
You know?
Oh.
Sodom and Gomorrah, on the other hand, where do you think they get the word sodomy from?
Yeah, it came from that. It came from sodomite. The people that
Yeah.
lived in Sodom. So the homosexuality is so rampant, it got the term sodomy from that. Hey, Baron, you might want to mute your shit because you're feeling like you're fucking in downtown New
Are you
York.
at work?
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Mute your shit.
Do you know if Tika watches the stream, he's probably gonna cuss you the fuck out, right? Of course. But it's like, you know, if Tika watches the stream, he's gonna cuss you out, right? Just letting you know that now. He don't want me fucking driving the live stream. So fuck. But it came from the Sodomites, right? Now, when you push a narrative, it's only a matter of goddamn time before whatever you push is gonna bite you in the ass. Now, me, I'm not too worried about keeping my channel, so I'm gonna say this on my channel. To those of you who are probably gonna be roped into getting this chip and this vaccine and becoming docile little sheep, I'm just gonna tell you now, don't go into the woods. Because there's going to be a lot of people who are going to escape the vaccine and the chipping. Now, although you're chipped, you're still not safe because they're just going to use you to lure whatever military, whatever forces they use to retrieve you. And it's basically going to be punchy stick after punchy stick after punchy stick, after spike trap after spike trap after spike trap. When them people are not going to fight clean, they're going to fight dirty.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to fight dirty with it. And to the
what do you think the one thing that's going to keep MGTOWs and red pills from not being in the system and getting
out?
Yeah.
Well, for my first thing is not joining the military. If you're out, get out. Stay out. Don't go to the VA. No matter how. I mean, shit. They're improving the VA so that they can screw you. So that they can implant chips in you.
Damn. Hey, what's the best way to get out, man? If you still have a little bit, quite a while on your contract left, is it to get a medical discharge or some shit?
Medical discharge.
Yeah, you gotta have to be. Yeah, you have to. You need to have an honorable discharge. Yeah.
I'm not gonna do no. Just go AWOL shit. Of course, I don't.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm gonna just
do that.
get medical discharge. I'm gonna get medical.
How long you got left here? How long
you got left?
4 years.
You have asthma?
No,
fuck.
Man.
You're in the same. I mean, you're in the same boat. I mean, it's gonna take a while. You're in a better position than I am because you're just getting it. You're getting 4 years. You're 4 years and get the hell out. You know. I'm 6 years, and then basically I'm gonna see some of this shit. I'm probably gonna have to administer some of this shit.
You have 6 years left?
I mean, I'm close to 20. I'm close to 20 years. You know.
Okay, so you have like you have 6 years left in National Guard service, and you're done, right?
6 years left, and I'll have 3 years extra to complete my full service. But with the way
get as soon as possible.
Right, the way my body's feeling.
See, if I knew I could I couldn't get a job on the street because the economy's so fucked up, right? But if I should have just went and did Army Reserves, man, because I fucked up and did active because I was afraid I couldn't get a job, and I think that I probably could have gotten a job or at least doing something. And my mom brother just gave me a place to stay temporarily, and I
did active Marine Corps.
That's crazy.
I did active Marine Corps
back in the 90s.
I mean, that's what I'm doing. I'm just
I did it. I did it back in the early 2000s. You know, the early 2000s.
Oh,
Yeah, okay. So I knew around that point. Yeah, that's so crazy. That was like when they sent y'all to the fucking Iraq.
Afghanistan, Iraq. The reason I joined was to get blown up.
You played much Call of Duty? What the fuck? I mean, Call of Duty just come out around that time. But
no. The reason I joined, I knew it wasn't. I knew Call of Duty ain't got shit on the motherfuckers. I joined to get blown up. I joined to that was pretty much my suicide. You know?
So you wanted to die, basically.
I wanted to die. But the detail in the Marine Corps saw that I had my mom's dead, my dad's dead, and I didn't know what the hell my sister was, any other family member was. You know? I didn't know what
dead or fucking not in your life. So you're just like, fuck.
Family's dead or missing, pretty much.
Yeah, my family is like, my dad got excommunicated from us, but then my grandma on that side's crazy. My mom, she basically is giving me a place to stay. She won't let me pay for anything. She just wants me to save all my money. So I work basically like 12 hours a day, just stacking money, trying to stay in the best shape that I can possibly stay in. But yeah, I don't really have like a lot of responsibilities or obligations and stuff. So when I found this, now that I found this stuff, it's like I have so many options what to do. So I'm like, that I kind of have a different problem than most people. Like most people are just cemented into some shit.
Right. AM, you're at work, right?
Yeah.
Why are you doing this shit at work?
Well, because I'm essential, so you know.
Okay. Whatever boats you float.
Yeah, talking make that topics at work is crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I'm a truck driver. I can get away with it.
Yeah, a truck driver, of course, that's a solitary job in a fucking truck cab all day. But that's different than being around people and say in a restaurant or whatever. They're blue pill motherfuckers in a restaurant. You can't say, "Oh yeah, I'm never getting married," and all this shit. No, they don't want to hear that.
I say it all the time. I say it all the time.
Be like fucking Batman or Dexter or fucking. Well, you can't say be like fucking superhero or supervillain. Keep that shit to yourself.
Now get this. I got a question. Now, Rome was a democracy. Was a democracy, right?
Y'all don't understand. The worst thing that could happen is I lose my job.
But it sounds like a job you don't like anyway.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is,
I would never pick a job that I like.
Like I said, what I'm saying is
all that fairy tale stuff, all that stuff is over, man.
It's been over for years, and I'm just basically all you got to do is just stack your money and buy things that you need. Right. But for me, what I'm saying is like, Eddie McTow said this: second Iraq War was still democracy there. It's still democracy, incorporated a freaking bank, World Bank, or however you want to say it. Whatever they did, it worked. Well, it kind of worked because now they got Iran backing some people up. Now they got Iran backing people up. You know? Now, this is, basically, let me get to, it's another theory, you know? Another theory I have, you know? What if that the 1950s, allowing women to vote, and all this power, was to get us to where we are today? I mean, that's pretty obvious, but think about it. If we didn't sign these bills, the 19th Amendment, where would we be today? See, in a way,
does our Constitution matter, man? I mean, the Constitution is a great document, even though, they were fucking.
It's not complete.
It doesn't go far enough, and it's, in the end of the day, it's written by And I'm not going to go into an SJW rant or anything, but it's written by slave-owning white men back 2 centuries ago. So
Right.
they can take it out of context today. It doesn't even, George Bush Jr. said it doesn't, the Constitution is a piece of paper. So, yeah,
And think about it.
We have civil rights, but we don't. Especially in the
It was,
military.
it was never meant to, it was never completed. It was never complete. You know?
Right. I mean, yeah, I'm sure they wanted maybe to add more to it, but they, in the end of the day, we only got this very flawed document that doesn't even protect our rights. And look at it. You know, we have government. You know, it's supposed to be in the Constitution. It doesn't say the military only lasts 2 years and then be disbanded and only raised up for like a big threat, like a big actual superpower country rising against us. Now that's out the window. Now we have this corporate military that's been around for the last 100 years that is just keeping the minimum contract's 3 years. And then I have a contract that was 5 years, 1 year of training. Now I'm out of training and I have been in a year and change. And now I'm in a fucked up MOS.
What MOS are you in?
I don't get too much detail, but I'm basically a gas mask man.
Oh, Seaburn.
Yeah, they fucking fucked me over, man. Because I reclassed for a hard medical AIT. I failed by 1 point on a test because they changed curriculum and the motherfuckers can't teach with shit. They'll get a fucking, no offense to motherfuckers from a different country, but they'll get a motherfucker from South America. They can barely speak English trying to teach a course on hard science, and then you fucking fail it, and then they're like, okay, well, it's your fault, motherfucker. Reclass to fucking something that sucks, even though you have a high ASVAB. So I'm like, oh my God. So they reclassed me to that stupid shit, and now I'm in this fucked up unit. And then I'm active duty because my dumb ass picked active duty because I was afraid of the bad economy. Because I've been out there where it's hard to get a fucking job, where I don't want to work at a fucking fast food.
Let me break this to you. I mean, do you have any loan payments?
Well, no, I have a college debt from years ago. What's up?
Oh yeah, I got college debt too. Yeah.
Like, is it paid off? Is it almost paid off?
No, it's deferred indefinitely because of military service. I have it deferred. It's like the total of that I truly owe because I went to state school for 1 semester. No, 2 semesters. I did go to for 3 years. Like a few semesters, I went to big state schools, and that accrued a lot of debt. And then the other was a little bit of debt from community college. So,
dude, that's my thing, man. I just got rid of all my pride, and I'm working any job just to pay off this debt because that's what's gonna keep them. That's the only thing that's going to make it so they can drag you back to plantation eventually. So. I'm getting my hits in. I'm rolling with the punches right now.
I get my shit deferred. I don't pay shit. I'm not paying the goddamn dime. You don't pay back student loan. You get deferred till it's forgiven, especially military. One benefit that our punk asses have in the military.
I'm not joining the military.
No, I don't.
No. You're like say yes. I understand. That's the same desperation, but at these current times, not a good idea. Not a good idea. The best idea. See, your mom is like telling you to stack your money up. Now, your mom, like I said, your mom probably wants to get the hell out of the country, and wants to get you the hell out of the country. Stack your money up, pay your student loans, and get them the fuck out of your hair. The 19th Amendment was not included in the Bill of Rights. That is correct. It was not included.
Only 10. I think it's only 10 amendments in the Bill of Rights.
Right.
Yeah, the first.
I'm not a local science guy, but yeah, I know that much.
Now, let me break this to you. Everything in a Constitution that was written after the Founding Fathers, even during the Founding Fathers, can be redacted. Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's what a lot of people have been raised on this. Like, well, no offense, or I respect my country, or whatever. But it's like, come on, you have to give up something. If you want to actually
can be redacted.
If you actually want to rise out of your circumstances, like You know, if you want to rise out of it, you got to be able to think outside the box.
Right.
Well, Frankenstein brought up the point. Yeah, well, slavery exists under the 13th Amendment now because the prison system took over just slavery just because you're the wrong color, or slavery because you're a indentured servant or some shit. You're fucking Irish or some shit, and then you're a slave under fucking English.
Or I'd say it was more like just you weren't spoken for during that day. Like people had more of a social network, and it wasn't so tightly bound to like your resources. It was basically.
Do you
if
think?
you weren't spoken for, if you weren't attached to a family, you were put into indentured servitude.
I want you to understand your last name fully and utterly. Don't say it online. Understand your last name. That's who owns you. That's who owns your family. That's who owns your legacy.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about legacy, dude. I'm trying to die. I want my bloodline to die with me.
Let me break this to you. They repeal some of these amendments. Whoever your last name is, well, guess what? You're about to meet your distant relatives. If your last name sounds some sort of an American, guess what? Those are your distant relatives. You're about to meet your relatives real damn quick. All they got to do is repeal a couple amendments. And you know what? All this BS. And you're gonna meet your relatives.
Okay.
You know.
I mean, what do you mean by that? So if your last name is Smith, what do you mean by that? If your last name is Smith, you're gonna meet every fucking Smith.
You're gonna meet every single blacksmith out there. You're gonna be on a plantation. Back on a plantation.
Well, dude, if they don't pay for me to go to college under the officer program, I got Article 15 recently. But if they don't pay for me to go back to fucking school and they try to hold me back because of my article,
you're fine. See, you're fine. You served in the military, right? You're okay. You're relatively fine because you served in the military. They'll probably hand you your freedman papers. You can walk as long as you kept them with you. There's a reason I carry my DD-214 with me when I'm on the road.
Okay, so you think that military might get preferential treatment from law enforcement?
Yep. In a way, yes. But I carry my DD-214 with me.
Yeah, why? I mean, so you had just a death wish, so you joined the Marine Corps, right?
I had a bona fide death wish.
Them wasting motherfuckers in Iraq over nothing, over oil and over fucking other bullshit reasons.
I joined the Marine Corps expecting to die. It's fully expecting to die. That was my goal. That was the ultimate goal. Was I was expecting to die, and but the detailers denied me that. Okay, very well then.
You were straight up infantry for Marine Corps?
No, I was an F-18 engine mechanic. I level, intermediate level.
Okay, so so you didn't actually might not been rear echelon and might not been right there in the shit.
They put me in a climate controlled hangar in the States. They put me in a climate controlled hangar in the States. You know, they put me in a climate controlled hangar in the United States.
You got lucky then. You didn't get sent over there.
The only thing I see different between that kind of military job and a fast food job is like self-esteem. You just have a higher self-esteem. It's probably due to your training regimen, your diet, the indoctrination and stuff that goes into it. they're all the different like shots and immunizations they like inject you with.
First off, they need you at your peak mental capacity.
Yeah,
so the military
peak military capacity. Yeah.
The military is probably going to be is going to get the military version of it.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to get the military version of it, which is basically not going to affect the mental capacity. They need people in the military at their peak mental capacity and their clarity. Civilians, they can just basically goad them like sheep. Inoculate them like sheep. As long as I hold a military ID, I'm safe. Like, to me, to be honest with you, if the way I see it, Trump, Biden, left, right, it's like comparing apples to bananas.
Yeah.
I was like green apples versus red apples. Isn't it a fucking fucking apple?
Yeah, it's a fucking apple, or it's like apples to bananas. Like, which one you want? You want to get which one you want?
Yeah, that's why I don't think Victor von Frankenstein is fully awake, because if he believes in voting,
he's pretty awake. He knows.
Why does he believe in voting? Why? I mean, that's fucking just fucking political musical chairs.
I'm voting. I'm voting because I want to see the world burn. This is entertaining to me. This is entertaining to me. All of this is entertaining.
I'm not wasting my fucking time, because that is.
No. I find it entertaining. I find this shit entertaining to me. You know why I find it entertaining? Because I know the outcome already. I already know the outcome. But just to say that I get to laugh at the outcome based on my decision, it just adds more entertainment to me. But I'm gonna let you two talk because I gotta mute my mic.
Yeah, I'm not voting. If I vote,
no, I don't vote either.
People will change my vote or throw it out. So, and there's already record proof of this happening. So.
Yeah, I mean, changing. I mean, does our votes even fucking count? Does electoral college? Is it just some type of fucking Illuminati thing where they just put in the motherfucker they want? It doesn't even fucking matter. So I mean, I don't think our votes matter. I'm listening to the conspiracy theorists. I think your votes go to nothing. They don't contribute to fucking nothing. The numbers they tell you in CNN who voted for who, Foxy and all the major mainstream media, bunch of fucking cooked up numbers that your vote don't fucking count. Waste of fucking energy. You might as well just masturbate in the wind or piss in the wind. It doesn't accomplish anything. At least if you get done, voting, masturbation, same thing. Except when I get done my favorite pastime, I got something to show for it. So
yeah, and I like to complain and talk shit. So if I vote, that's gonna make me look like a huge hypocrite.
Yeah, exactly.
I just like to laugh my ass off, But for me, it's like I'm probably not gonna get the chance to vote because I'm gonna be in the truck and I'm gonna be fucking traveling shit, moving shit from. Well,
no, Victor, you can't. Victor, don't get it. You can't do anything. There's nothing to do except have a million people take up arms and storm the fucking DC and other major cities. Like, no, there's no fucking voting.
Nobody's gonna do it. I mean, besides the goddamn Antifa. Nobody's going to do that.
No, Antifa's control opposition, like the new Panther Party. They're control opposition, and they were fucking, they're controlled opposition by the CIA and FBI. So they're not doing anything meaningful. So they're
all they are is nothing more than a stepping stone.
Yeah, they're like sterile.
Yeah, so I had to mute my mic because I had to perform some dirty, disgusting, nasty trucker deeds and piss in a bottle.
That was pretty quick. And I want to go on mute real quick too because I'm gonna close up the store. So
yeah, all right. But it's like all it is like they're nothing more than a stepping stone, whether you believe it or not. And this BLM stuff, it's nothing more. It's not going to be used anything more than to dehumanize black people. to any eyes of the world to make it easier to put black people back in chains and back on a plantation picking cotton.
Oh, I know that. I know that BLM is a fucking was founded by George Soros.
Yeah.
And is a fucking just a whole of fucking to suck up stupid black people that believe in mainstream media narrative, things like that. So it's like, no, that's fucking retarded to believing your enemy is supposed to just liberate you. No,
Right.
that's stupid.
Right.
He's like George Soros is not John Brown. He's not there to liberate you. So it's not
there to fuck you over.
Yeah.
I mean, he's there to fuck you over. I mean, yeah. I mean,
liberate us from nothing. They're to keep us more enslaved. They're gonna have more police state, more surveillance, more RoboCops, more Ninja Turtle police.
I plan on going into the woods. You know,
I want to as well. I'm gonna if they don't let me go back to college and they just say, okay, fuck you because you got in a little trouble because I got caught with a gun in my car. So if they fucking don't give me this little bullshit Article 15 and don't let me go back to college to apply for officer and say I'm a bad soldier because I got caught with weapons, like, oh, okay, fuck y'all then. I will fucking just med board out and do that fucking route.
I mean, the thing is, Biden's I mean, I already know that. Look here. Like I said, we allow Biden and Harris to take control. Things will only get worse. Well, yeah, in a way, yes. Things will get worse.
I mean, does Victor von Frankenstein, for example, Victor von Frankenstein might not understand this because I know this is y'all more big time, y'all not truthers. So basically, on the truther side, it's like, 2004 election, we had John Kerry versus George Bush, right? They were fucking fraternal brothers in skull and bones. So do you think there's any difference between, and that's a good example of it, because 60 years ago, is that good? Left and right, is there any difference of fucking fraternal brothers?
I'm thinking from a tactical standpoint. You know. Now, based on what I know about Biden, he's probably going to step down and let Kamala Harris come in. From what I've observed, if he gets in, and if that happens, get ready for every river in the world except for the Nile to flow north. You know, to flow upstream. Now, the way I see it with Trump, it's going to be some sort of time bomb. It's going to be stretched out.
What I don't like about Trump, though, is that he lulls people back to sleep because he says some good things. So I prefer just bringing fucking
Biden sends a lot of good things to lull people back to sleep.
Yeah, but he's also pushing the coronavirus, which is going to make people want to riot. He's pushing the fucking coronavirus harder than Trump is ever. Trump is pushes a little bit. Trump doesn't really like pushing it. Biden's handler is telling him to push that shit all the way because they have so much dirt on Biden because he's a pedophile. I mean, Trump is too, but Biden has Trump probably has fucked a lot of teenage girls. Biden has actually fucked kids. So I think Biden has fucked kids. They got videos of fucking kids. So the Illuminati has him by the balls.
Did you know that at one point that the age of consent in the United States was at 1.12 or 16?
I know it used to be lower. In the Vatican, it's still 14.
Right. And where?
In the Vatican City, Rome, it's still 14.
Still 14.
Because that's their
in North Carolina. If you're 18 years old, you can sleep with a 16-year-old.
Yeah, I have family from there, so.
I was never from there, but I was there long enough to know.
I think it's kind of like with the Iraqis, you know. I don't think it's important to fight. It's just important just to wait these people out, learn how to take care of yourself, and eventually we can't be bought sexually. We won't sell our souls, so we'll be remaining when all the cards fall. So it's not that complicated.
But leave yourself a way out. Leave yourself a way out.
True. Yeah. True. Exactly. You
Always
always gotta be able
yourself
to.
a way out.
Mhm.
No
I agree
matter what it
100%.
is, leave a way out. Like it's like I mean, I treat life as driving a truck. As everything that I've been taught driving, and everything that I've learned driving a truck. Aim high in steering. Keep your head on the swivel. It's basically the five steps. Make sure that you are seen, and they know that you're there. Or like, aim high and steering. Keep your head on the swivel. Make sure that you're seen. Make sure and and basically always. I mean, I know it's probably what you know, 4 or 5 steps, but make sure you leave yourself a way out. Know you and know your surround. Know what's around you. And it's like I know what's around me. I know I'm literally observing the situation that I have right now. I'm trying to find a way out in case I don't get the original way out. I always try to leave myself at least 2 or 3 ways out. Whether on this plane of existence or not. Now, who is it that's going to allow this debauchery? That's the question.
People who are repressed.
Repressed, like as in how?
As in sexually repressed, spiritually repressed, psychologically repressed.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna start with the spiritually repressed. Now, there's a way that you get into spiritually repression, right? What are some of the ways that you get into spiritual repression?
Buying into religion and not doing the research yourself.
Right.
Then you figure out that the Bible's made for Gentiles.
Right.
Same with the King James version.
Mm-hmm.
No one wants to be living.
Well, there's good things in the Bible, but the Bible was meant to pacify the masses in that, and especially in the Middle Eastern and that Southern European region. 1,500 years ago. So it's meant to cloud your mind and think that turn the other cheek, being good. So what the Bible, Jesus had some things in the Bible. He says being a good slave is good. So and then you have the fucking you have the basically the ancient Greek to mishing the Bible, having it written and taking it from the Serapis Christus myth and turning that, eventually mutating it into Jesus Christ. But
you know what confuses me? How do you go from 12 to 33?
Yeah, exactly. It's just a time jump with Jesus. It's just a boom time jump. He goes from 12 to 33, which are both sacred numbers to a lot of secret societies. 12 is sacred because of the zodiac. 33 is sacred because we have 33 vertebrae. Other reasons for a lot of words in English equal numerology equal 33, like government and like order, government, authority. A lot of those words equal 30. I'm not even mistaken a few of those.
But that's what I'm saying is like, how do you go from 12? What happened in between 12 and 33? In your words, people want to complain.
That's where some Batman comic book.
I have a question. If you were 12 years old, and you were told that you were going to die at 33, and you had to perform all these miracles before your death, what are you doing as a human being?
I think you'd be like, wow, you'd be kind of, he's like, you have the set death date, even though a 12-year-old is a long ways off still. But you'd be like, wow, I have this predetermined death date at 33 exactly.
What are your more specifically, what are your actions going to be?
I guess to run around and try to fulfill that prophecy. I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
No. I was young. You almost have it. You're a hormonal teenager.
oh, fuck as many bitches as you can.
Right. Now let me break this to you. When I was 12, I was an incel up until the part where I turned 21. From 21 to 30 to 29, I was one night standing, doing it, laying pipe to one night stands, escorts, whatever I can get a hold of. It took me till I was 29 to where I finally went MGTOW. You see,
it's less drama, man. I'm 29 now as well, but that being, and basically I'm basically an incel, but it's that so much drama dealing with bitches, man. It's so much drama.
Right. But think about this. So Jesus may not have been MGTOW in the beginning, but he was red pill at 12.
Well, that's whole narrative. I mean, I think the modern the actual Catholic Church Commission Bibles, because you have Bible verses that have been Bible books have been omitted. They desexualize Jesus to where he has no sexuality at all. So they took out the part where he married Mary Magdalene or whatever the fuck, whether she was a prostitute or not. They took that part out. But I think that I don't think he's a real character. I think he's based on a lot of, like the beginning of the movie. Have you seen the movie Zeitgeist, the documentary, where they showed that how he maybe exaggerated a little bit, but Jesus is very similar to a lot of Arabic and other ancient Greek historical figures, because I mean not historical, but other Greek gods and other Egyptian gods and other Arabic gods and things like that. Because you have Horus, an Egyptian god, very similar. Magical, he was born, magical birth, crucified by his brother. You have fucking Serapis Christus, was a fucking god known to be the way and the truth, the light, and was known was known for having a big beard. So then you have just what was his name? Was fuck the other one. It was man, it's on the catch my mind. I'll think of it later. But you have a lot of them. The Sol Invictus. You have a lot of these fucking savior figures in that time period.
Right.
And they all basically based on the zodiac is what my theory is, and also based on ancient, because ancient Egypt basically comes first. I mean, it's a lot. If there's some ones that are older, we don't have that information recorded anymore. It's been destroyed. So ancient Egypt is furthest we pretty much go back, and those are the oldest guys we can reference in modern day. If there's older ones, we don't know about them. There's ancient other god we don't know about it, but those are the gods because even the Arabic gods didn't come later. Like Sumeria might even come later. So you have that is basically these ancient gods basically are the template for the later gods. Jesus, later fucking Zeus. Well, Zeus is kind of based on Osiris, and the god the Father is kind of based on Osiris and Zeus, combination of Osiris and Zeus. And then the Holy Trinity is based on the ancient Egyptian Trinity, was fucking the mother Isis or Iset, the father Osiris, and the fucking son was fucking Horus. And the Christian Trinity is fucking God the Father, the Holy Spirit, and Jesus the Son. So you just basically just remove the female, replace it with the dove spirit, and you have the Christian Trinity. I never understood it as a kid. I was like, why the fuck is a dove fucking the Holy Spirit? Hey, what's up, man?
Hey, the next one I want to talk to you about. Yam said about repressed. He said spiritually, and what's the other two? Sexually, and the other one?
I don't know what else he said on that.
Well, we're gonna get to the next one. Now my channel's designed to ask the questions that need to be asked, and basically everybody answers them. How do you become sexually repressed? This is my favorite question.
I think because we're living in we have one religion, but religion really is not as lost its fucking power, especially in the West. Only Islamic people keep the sexual very few Christians live like the strong sexual code. It's mainly incel men that fucking say, "Oh, I'm a Christian, so I don't want to have sex." But basically, females don't follow that shit. Homosexuals don't follow. If they Christian homosexual don't follow that shit. So they basically don't follow the Bible. So you can't say religion anymore. And then I think the sexual repression just comes from the women using the internet and creating incel them because men can't get dates. And that's causing sexual, and also all the rape laws, all the fucking bullshit laws, just causing the sexual repression West, to where only a few Chad and Tyrones are successful in the dating game, like the real life Bruce Waynes of the world, and these elite motherfuckers are the only ones being successful women, other than just going out there and paying escorts, which is dangerous because you can go to fucking jail.
I want to quote something that I said in my previous video. If you're a jock, you get first pick. It doesn't matter if you're a nerd and a jock. As long as you're a jock, you get first pick. Do you know why?
The big, strong male and high status?
Yep. Big, strong male, high status.
That's actually false. Not all the time.
Right. Not all the time. They're still incel jocks. Because I remember in high school, some of the football players were so big and fat, they couldn't get a bitch, they couldn't even get a chick. So I had a popular girlfriend in high school, and I didn't play. I was in a fucking band playing the percussion. So I was a loser. So I still had a popular girlfriend, but it's like that's high school. But anyway, not every single jock, unless you're NFLer, not every single jock.
But now we can get into the crux of the live stream. Because now I have somebody there to correct. Now I have somebody who's basically going to correct everything. Who's going to correct a lot of the shit. Because the stuff needed to be corrected, and a lot of the things that I say are just a rough version of it. All
right, I'm out. I'm not working anymore.
Come on.
But I'm on the ride home, so I can't talk.
Okay, but a lot of the things that I say is just a rough version of it, I mean, it's especially my last video, it needed to be corrected. It needed to be refined. And that's what the live stream is for. Is to refine everything that I've said on a video, because I'm good for rough analysis. And for more fine tuning, I need somebody that understand that has the understanding of a lot of things. That's why I do the live streams when shit's rough, a rough draft idea. I know it's gonna be fucked. I knew that video was fucked, but still I put it out there because somebody needs to ask questions. Like I said, Tico knows I like to ask questions. Shit, I call him every day asking shit. Am I wrong?
Too many damn questions. More questions than all my children put together.
But the thing is, I was always told to always ask questions.
True story.
No matter where the fuck they leave, you ask questions.
Goodness gracious.
How's your friend? My goodness gracious.
Whatever, smartass. Oh goodness.
He also has to deal with that shit. He also has to deal with that shit. But so one of the things that I've quoted is basically not always true. But for the most part, probably should be taken with a grain of sand.
Well, because I look at it like this. I wasn't a jock in high school, but I still got women based on the fact that I still had a thick accent.
Hold on, let me say that. Yam. Armchair. Do not be afraid to stop me and correct me if I'm fucking up. That's all I ask. You know, just because it's my channel, it doesn't mean that that I'm almighty and all. You need no. Stop me and correct me. You know, if I'm
What
fucking
up,
up,
Victor Vaughn?
if,
Long time no hear from, bro. You still making videos? Unless they might have unsubbed or they might not be giving me notifications for your channel anymore or something.
hold on, I gotta do something real quick.
I swear to God, if you leave this stream, I will ball you up when I see you next time.
Give me one. Hey, Victor, you still there? It's just
Yeah, I just dropped like 4 videos in a matter of like minutes.
hold on, let me figure something out here.
3 videos to be exact.
Oh, look. Give me 1 second.
I even did a mirror video for Emrose. I did 2 mirror videos for Emrose. One's coming up tomorrow morning, and the other one's coming up the day after, the same time.
Give me 1 second. Hey, Victor.
Okay, cool.
Still,
That's what's up. Okay.
hey,
So we had to
Victor.
step away. Got it.
You're still there?
Yeah, he's still in the chat.
You're about to. You probably got a surprise coming in. You got a surprise.
Who?
Victor von Frankenstein.
Nice. His return video is going to be epic.
Did you get it? Did you get it? You're here. You got. I mean, you should have a freaking. What the hell? How many wrenches can I give out?
As many as you want.
Oh, nice.
You can give out to anybody you want for all intents and purposes. As many as you want. If there is a limitation on it, I haven't reached it yet.
Right. But there's some things that I wanted to clarify, you know what I mean? What the hell?
Using a computer today, when?
No, I'm using my phone.
Oh.
Should be a fucking moderator. What the hell? Armchair Revolutionaries got it. Yeah, he got it.
Nice. Yeah, got a wrench now. So
Yeah, Armchair Revolutionaries got it. MGTOW Life will be in for a pleasant surprise. Barry Yam's already got a wrench. And I haven't seen you in the chat yet, but yeah, you know what? He deserves one too. Oh, definitely him. But for the most part, it's like like I said, there's a lot of things that need to be polished, you know. Especially when it comes to me. I mean, like I said, it was, I mean, on the road maintenance without the proper, I mean, I don't have the proper damn tools. You know? I don't have the proper damn tools mentally. It's like, oh, wait, we might be able might be able to get something here. Let's see if I can figure this out. I am not using computer. I am using freaking phone.
Yeah, you're on the road, man. So you gotta use a fucking phone.
You got to use what you got. You got to use what you got to get. But
Salutations, Victor.
But for me, it's like me making a repair and I don't got making a quick job repair and I don't have all the tools to make it. You know, like I don't have all the tools up in my head. Like I'm fucked in the head. You know, I'm not afraid to admit it. I'm not afraid to admit when I'm fucked in the head. Yeah, I joke with Tico says I'm not crazy, but shit, I'm fucked in the head. You know, I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, keep it real, bro.
Everything that I do is basically based on rough draft. You know, I probably should do more live stream clarifying the rough draft. But for the most part, it's just a rough draft. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And it's one of the reasons why I'm not one of the big MGTOW. I mean, I'll call them out when they're fucking up. But I'm not a big MGTOW. I understand the core principles. But
yeah, I mean, the big MGTOW, they appeal to a more mainstream, even though they are awakened to complete total feminism of feminazism out in the world. They're appealing to a more mainstream audience. You know, I can't even listen to a Sandman video. I can't even listen to a lot of these mainstream MGTOWs for more than 5 seconds because it's nauseating or it's so basic. I get it already. I'm graduating.
Yeah, well, like there's a difference between trying to be independent and actually coming together with your brothers and discussing so everyone's on the same page. You know, everybody gives this air of like, I'm on my own, I'm a singularity, I'm making my own. And it's completely false. It's a false.
I will listen to Terrence Pop because for the fact is like he brings the military humor. You know, and it's like it's just what it is. You know, he doesn't. Once you reach a certain point in your military career, you stop giving a fuck. You know, it's just basically
it's grinding. It's a job you're grinding, and you don't.
It wears away at your body and your mind, whether you believe it or not. You've been in for how long?
1 year, and most of that was in training. I just got out of training in May.
You got out of training in May. So how long? So you're now in the fleet, and they're fucking with you, right?
Well, I'm in the Army. It's the force. Yeah, they're probably. I already got fucked up. Yeah, I'm already I'm pending punishment now. So.
Right. So eventually, if you stay in, eventually in your career, your mind's gonna be. You're just basically. There's gonna be no fucks given. I reached that right at my final year of the Marine Corps. They were doing these uniform inspections early in the morning, every hour and an hour. Get you go back, fix uniform, and I've been literally ironing, measuring ribbons, freaking taking care of any type of loose threads all week long. And it got to the point where I just said, you know what, fuck it. Because no matter what I do, you're gonna fuck with me. And so basically, when I said you said fuck me, right? And I just basically said, yep. And I said, you know what? While I'm at it, I might as well say fuck gunnery sergeant. Might as well fuck colonel, fuck a full bird colonel and a sergeant major. That's how that you know.
damn, that means you didn't get a fuck about no Article 15 or no fucking punishment.
I was on my way out the door. I didn't give a fuck. I was done. My mind was gone. Completely and utterly gone. That's pretty much what I was. At a certain point in your career, whether it be halfway through your middle to halfway through your contract or toward the end of your contract, you're not going to give a fuck. Your fucks are going to be gone. Out the door, non-existent. And no matter what you do or say, you're not going to get all of them back. You know, I've been in the military. Holy fuck, almost 12 years, and I still haven't gotten that last fuck back.
Yeah, man. After all these blood, sweat, and tears you've given them over the fucking years, why would you give a fuck at that point?
Right. And like they really want me to pick up sergeant. They really want me to pick up sergeant.
Oh, you're only a specialist?
Yeah, I'm only a specialist. I don't want sergeant because what it entails. I've seen decent NCOs get processed out, and I've seen
it's like the only reason to fight in combat now.
Yeah, because
glory is a false concept. As if you're like Wind or Tico and you actually enjoy the shit. Otherwise, there's really no reason to be,
Well, Tico enjoys it. I look to it as a way out. To take as many. I mean, I was raised to take as many people out as I can. Now I don't know. Now, question is, when the bullets start flying, am I going to be the one that's going to shit themselves? Am I going to be the one who's going to piss themselves? Am I going to be crying behind a rock, shitting myself? Or am I going to shoot back or all four? Not necessarily in that order. You know?
I just don't.
I'll scream like a bitch.
I don't believe in harming. Like, I don't believe in harming people.
There was once a time that I didn't believe in harming people.
Fight dirty, but kill clean. Yeah.
There was once a time where I didn't believe in harming people. That was in middle school. That was before I went to middle school. Then all that shit changed. Then my goal is to do as much damage as possible to people.
Mm-hmm.
Make it.
That's why I kind of like am very nonviolent, because I just like to do damage to people's insides with what I say.
I mean, typically, it's just after a while, my back looked at, as I said in Absolute Knowledge's stream, my back hurts. My knees hurt. My whole body fucking hurts. I'm going to basically I'm going to do what I can to fuck somebody up in the most efficient way possible. Whether it's I bash their head against the car, the nearest fucking car, whether I own it or not, or I basically launch a whole fistful of pocket change at their asses to distract them, and then I go to town. I'm doing the most damage in the most efficient way possible.
Discombobulate.
Yeah, pretty much.
Discombobulate.
You know the reference.
Discombobulate.
Grab a handful of change from one hand, in both pockets, just launch it at a motherfucker. I'm doing this most damage as I possibly can, and because I don't have. I see how these young kids are running around on a physical fitness test.
The pacer.
The thing about it is, like, the older you get, you got to actually start doing things more intelligently or more efficiently for what your body can do at your age, for all intents and purposes, because you're not always going to be at peak performance.
Right.
So, and that's one of those big misconceptions that you're going to have. But you can always appear that you're at your peak performance, even if you're not, which is actually a good thing.
To discourage people from attacking you.
Yeah. Like me
Yeah,
personally,
but then
I like shootouts. I like shootouts more than I like sex. So
Mhm.
You get it.
bullets
You
start
get
flying. The bullets start flying. I'm ready to go.
right.
You like the damn Punisher, dude.
And you know what? You know what? That might be foreplay for Tico.
And sure enough, is.
Yeah.
And for me, it's like,
Well, my thing is, my dad like, so he got honorably discharged, right? So he was on the boat, and he lied about having asthma. So ideally, logically, he would get dishonorably discharged for lying. But I think basically since he like reacted harshly to the gases and stuff, he was
Right.
kind of he was put out. They didn't want anything to do with him. So
Well, the
he got
sad
a
part
bunch of
about that is
jobs.
nowadays when you join the military, your recruiter tells you to lie about stuff like that so they can do less
Yeah.
paperwork.
Exactly.
But,
Well, like just to finish the story, it's just like, so he basically was in the same position that I was in after just kind of like bouncing around from job to job because he had military training, but not like the military wanted him. So what kind of job does military training qualify you for? Just like literally anything that you can get your hands on.
Yeah,
Because of
infantry
your
qualifies you for jack shit. If you were an infantryman in the Marine Corps or Army, you're not qualified for any fucking thing.
Exactly. You have no skill set, not even like a customer service job,
No,
But
not even
just to close it out, it's
Once
just
you
like,
think about it, it kind of sort of is customer service. You're delivering
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
delivering some payload to somebody. You're delivering a bullet to somebody's neck real quick.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Basically saying, "Have a nice day."
Exactly.
Ryan on a
Your
fucking
customer
Hyundai,
service.
you're
The
blowing up.
customer is
You're
always
conducting-
right.
You're conducting a spiritual exit interview.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, there's
Go ahead.
a sergeant major got a reward from Trump yesterday. His name was Payne, so his name was Sergeant Major Payne. So the irony of that is that, yeah, the military causes, when you join the military, all it causes you is nothing but pain.
Right.
All the PT are getting blown up in a fucking Humvee.
Like,
This is
I can
nothing
help you
but pain.
forget about that finger.
Yeah.
I can help you forget about your leg.
Pain for bankers. Elite bankers want you to go and fight a fucking Arab dude and they never did anything to you personally. But hey, they want you to fight these motherfuckers for no fucking reason. I mean, for you, basically no reason. They're making a profit.
Well, yeah, that's the thing too. That's the way that the military industrial complex helps the banking industry is by dehumanizing people.
You're just a fucking warrior slave.
So then they meld into the financial web a bit much more easily.
Right, and
they don't believe that
the military is just a warrior slave, like a fucking Persian in ancient fucking times, where you're a warrior slave sent to the battlefield and just wasted and killed for your king and your Führer or whatever. So it's like the private or even lowly officer doesn't get. It's not fucking worth all the fucking. They're in the fucking line of fire. So the banker is not anywhere in the fucking.
Yeah, I got a question. Yeah, you ever notice that you've been in the army long enough, but have you noticed that privates eat first?
Yeah, well, definitely.
Why is that?
Do you know why?
Well, they die first.
There's this thing that they didn't tell you about yet. It's called a leader's recon. What do you know about the leader's recon?
Jack shit.
Leaders recon.
Basically, you got the senior NCO. You got a couple junior officers, a couple specialists, and a junior officer. Now, basically, during an NBC environment, who has to take the gas mask off first if they don't have any panels?
Junior enlisted.
Yep. What rank are you?
PFC.
You're fucked. Unless there's a fucking private.
Yeah, there's plenty of PVTs around.
Yeah, there's plenty of PVTs around. But if there's no PVTs around in your squad, you're fucked. Bend over, Bohica. Bohic.
What's going on over there with Tika? What internal status, man?
Oh, he's here.
He's looking
Tika.
crazy.
What?
Your reception is trash.
Whatever. What?
Why were you just smiling in the camera?
That was being simple. That was being simple.
Looking crazy.
Oh, that's Yam. That's Yam with his horrible reception.
Yeah, that's Yam with the yeah. Hello. That was Yam. He's like hello.
Yeah, basically, if there's no PV2s or PV1s, armchair, you're fucked.
Yeah, I know.
Like I said, leaders recon, try not to volunteer. In fact, try to make yourself basically the thing is to make yourself as much of a valuable asset as you possibly can.
Right.
I'm the senior specialist.
Hard to do a C-burn when you're breaking your MOS is basically useless.
Right. If you have knowledge from a lot of MOSs, my advice to you is to learn as much about your job as you possibly can. Learn about the gas mask, the things it'll cover. Learn about the capabilities of everything about your job that'll make you valuable. To where they can't, where they'll pass over you and go to the next person. Me, the only thing I got going for me is I'm a senior specialist, and I've been on the training, and I've been overseas. Goddamn, your reception sucks. You know, that's the only thing that's probably would keep me alive is that I'm a senior specialist, and I'm one of the senior specialists.
They I think they got rid of those ranks, but yeah, it used to be specialists had a lot of other type of ranks under. You had different type of specialists until you made sergeant. But
that and the fact that I know just about I know how to work, how to break down just about every single weapon system in the unit, and then some in some weapon systems not held within the unit. You know,
yeah, because you've been in for 12 years with Marine Corps and Army combined. So yeah, that's a lot of
240, 249, M4 or M16A2 service rifle, M4A2, M16, M4A1s. Do you know the difference between an A1 and an A2? An A2 is just basically 3-shot burst. And A1 is full auto.
Okay, that's the difference. Okay.
Like I said, I've broken down apart everything from an M9 pistol to a shotgun.
249. I don't really. It's cruise. The only thing good about it, it's fully auto, open bolt full auto, but it's shooting the same 5.56 round anyway.
It's shooting the same 5.56 round as your M16. You can fire from belt or magazine fed.
Yeah, I know.
Like I said, if it came down to it, because I have that much knowledge of the 249, the suck ass weapon. Yeah, I know the acronyms. It's a suck ass weapon. And because I know all of that and how
heavy. It's a heavy. It says the same thing an M16 can do, except it's heavy.
Right. And it has you pretty much don't control the fire.
No, you can just try to control the trigger and try to just ease off the trigger real quick to get a 3-round burst just by
Right.
intuition, but no, it's not precision. Where it's like M16. If it's 3-round burst, you get 3 rounds every time, unless it's a jam. You get 3 rounds. Da-da-da. But the 240 is belt fed, or mainly he primarily use belt, but I understand magazines as well. But it's a suck ass weapon. That's very true. I like that.
Right. I've cleared everything from a freaking double feed to a bolt override. You know,
and the pistol grip. If the trigger group falls out, you'll have a runaway weapon.
Yep.
It's a piece of shit weapon to me. It's a piece of shit to me. And so there's no purpose because it's not even, at least an M60 or an M240, at least is shooting a bigger bullet. It's not even shooting a bigger bullet.
But it's like, for me, it's like I've cleared everything: stovepipe, double feed, triple feed, goddamn bolt override. You name it, I've cleared it. You know, that's one other reason it makes me that I'm a valuable member, valuable to the squad. Why I probably
if y'all would Seaburn attack, they ain't not demasking you. They'll demask a lieutenant first over you. Yeah, because you're more valid, you have more knowledge, you have more tactical. I mean, actual pragmatical knowledge. You're not just a college kid that came in as a privileged college boy. No, you actually have actual knowledge too. And the private knows nothing. The lieutenant knows nothing. And so the first sergeant is going to say, okay, you don't demask, don't demask MGTOW in the wind, whatever your real name is, demask both, Private Smith or Lieutenant Johnson, whatever the fuck. Demask these dumb motherfuckers because they don't know shit. One's college boy and one's a fucking ATO private crying over his girlfriend that she's fucking Chad back home. So yeah, this is motherfucker's liability because he's a fucking depressed over realizing bitches ain't shit. So no.
The best part about it is I have bayonet training,
which is rare these days because they really don't even give us bayonets anymore.
And you know what?
Non-infantry units don't get no bayonet.
Me personally, I'm not going anywhere without a bayonet, whether they issue to me or I buy it my damn self.
That's true because the M16 is known for the M4 M16 platform is known for jamming.
Known for double feeds, triple feeds, bolt overrides, stovepipes.
It's not no AK where it doesn't fucking. It's not revolvable like a revolver or AK-47. They are known for fucking boom, go click, and the bad guy ain't gonna say, "Okay, I could give you a chance to clear your stovepipe." It's like no, motherfucker, it's on like popcorn, man. So it's like,
and it's like for me, it's like the high brass and the government don't know that, but I do.
No, they know it. They don't give a fuck. They realize that in Vietnam War.
Oh yeah, let me break this to you. As I said, you said they don't care, and that's true. Another thing that it is like they're trying to eliminate the amount of people that will pass on their fighting knowledge to the next generation. They've got, like I said, World War One, they wiped out all the fighters. World War II, they wiped out a little bit more of the fighters. Korean, they wiped out a lot of the fighters. Vietnam. So basically, the goal is to make sure that you have no fighters left over. People who are willing to fight or have the fucking will ability. Holy fuck! Oh, goddamn, my head's spinning. Hey, gents. It's been 2 hours, and I'm not Tico Trent, and I don't hold you for ransom.
Whatever, jerk. Hold people for ransom.
Thanks for the compliment.
They stay willingly.
You sure? Hey, Tico, from the last live stream.
They all have Stockholm syndrome. Either way, they stay willingly.
Did they pay the ransom?
No, I still hold them hostage.
All right. Yeah. Again, did they pay the ransom?
Yeah, they paid.
All right. Everybody say their. Say their outros. Doesn't matter. No rush. Okay. Flip a coin. Rock, paper, scissors. Okay, we'll start with
I'll
it.
go first.
Okay.
I'll go first. This is the Internal Sadist, aka Tico Trend Red Pill. Have a good day, be blessed, and always take care of yourselves and always improve upon the knowledge that you have. And always be willing to learn and basically treat yourselves like milk and done, but spoil yourselves.
All right. Mr. Armchair Revolutionary.
Yes, sir.
You got an outro?
Fucking my outro should be a coward dies 1,000 deaths, but a man dies once.
Nice one. This is McTown to win. And you know what? I'm not gonna hold. I'm gonna do the low like, share, subscribe thing. I'm gonna do that one. And if you don't like this video, do by all means dislike it. But whether you like it or not, do leave a comment in the comment section.
Yam should do his outro.
This is Baron Yam. I'm gonna do Wynn's outro. Goddamn Penske truck.
This is Baron Am, aka a bitch's worst nightmare, aka he cracks me up with that bitch's worst nightmare.
AKA gotta keep my roots moist. Gotta keep my leaves sunny in the sun. Gotta grow that nice yam. Gotta remember to keep my satellite above ground so it keeps reception. Yeah, this is Baron Yam.
Speaking of which, I just dropped a video on my race relations channel, and I dropped one on the collaboration channel, the Black Pill Red Pill Radio channel.
Oh, nice.
And I just dropped one on my main channel, Tico Trend Red Pill. Well, not just, but it's already dropped. It dropped it a while ago, but it was a pretty good video. I like it.
I'll check this out. I'll check it out as I'm sleeping off this alcohol. This is McTown to win, and I'm gonna continue to be in the wind, even though sometimes I slip up and end up close to the plantation. But I'm gonna try. But even though I get close to the plantation, I'm gonna try my damnedest to stay off that plantation, even if it's due to fuck ups due to myself. But to the people who don't like my channel or like me or like what I have to say, fuck you, fuck your face, and fuck your day.
I'm just gonna steal my line. This guy, this guy, just gonna run away with my line.
This is McTown to win. Signing off.